Welcome to the Bare Metal CyberCISM Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the exam with focused explanations and practical context. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework, also known as the NIST CSF, was developed by the United States National Institute of Standards and Technology. Originally designed to improve the cybersecurity of the nation's critical infrastructure, the framework has since been adopted by organizations across both public and private sectors. Although it is voluntary, its clarity and flexibility have made it a trusted reference in industries ranging from healthcare to finance to manufacturing. The framework focuses on improving cybersecurity risk management and building resilience into operations. One of its greatest strengths is that it provides a common language that allows stakeholders in different roles and departments to communicate clearly about cybersecurity practices, priorities, and objectives. NIST CSF is built on three core components. The first is the framework core, which is organized into 5 high-level functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. These functions represent the full life cycle of managing cybersecurity risks. The second component is the implementation tiers. These tiers help describe how deeply an organization integrates cybersecurity risk management into its culture and processes. The third component is the framework profile, which allows organizations to map their current cybersecurity posture against a desired future state. These components are designed to be technology neutral and scalable, meaning they can be applied by organizations of any size or sector. They also support integration with enterprise risk management, audit readiness, and regulatory compliance initiatives. The identify function is the foundation of the NIST CSF. It focuses on helping organizations develop an understanding of their business context, resources, and cybersecurity risks. Activities within this function include asset management, governance development, and understanding legal, regulatory, and contractual obligations. This function also includes risk assessments that define organizational risk tolerance. These assessments help prioritize future investments in controls and processes. Identify ties security efforts directly to business services and goals, ensuring that security decisions are based on a clear understanding of what the organization needs to protect and why. The protect function includes the safeguards necessary to prevent or minimize the impact of cybersecurity events. It focuses on areas such as access control, awareness and training, data security, and maintenance of systems. Protective technology, including tools like firewalls, endpoint protection, and encryption, are also part of this function. In addition, Protect reinforces user behavior through policies, procedures, and education programs that promote compliance and reduce human error. This function plays a central role in proactive risk mitigation by ensuring that key controls are in place and operating effectively before an incident occurs. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Detect is the third core function in the NIST framework. It centers on identifying cybersecurity events as quickly and accurately as possible. This includes continuous monitoring, anomaly detection, and review of audit logs. Organizations must be able to identify deviations from expected behavior so that they can act before damage spreads. Detect also supports situational awareness by maintaining up-to-date information about internal systems and external threats. This function bridges the gap between prevention and response, making it essential for timely and effective incident handling. The respond function addresses what happens after a cybersecurity event is detected. It includes steps to contain, analyze, and mitigate incidents in a way that limits damage and supports recovery. Response activities are organized around planning, communication, analysis, and coordination with stakeholders. This function requires predefined roles, documented procedures, and a clear escalation path. Legal and regulatory reporting obligations are also part of the response function. By implementing a structured response, organizations reduce chaos during an incident and maintain trust with customers, regulators, and partners. The fifth and final function is recover. This function focuses on restoring systems and operations after a security event. Key activities include recovery planning, improvement analysis, and communication with stakeholders. Recovery aims to minimize business disruption and restore confidence in the organization's ability to operate securely. This function also emphasizes learning, reviewing what happened and applying insights to improve future preparedness. Recovery is closely tied to business continuity planning and disaster recovery. It ensures that cybersecurity planning does not end with response, but extends into rebuilding stronger systems. The NIST CSF also includes a set of implementation tiers that describe how well cybersecurity risk management is integrated across the organization. These tiers range from Tier 1, called partial, to Tier 4, called adaptive. Each tier reflects a different level of process maturity, awareness, and integration. Tier 1 organizations may have informal or ad hoc cybersecurity practices. Tier 4 organizations exhibit continuous improvement and proactive threat adaptation. Although these tiers are often misunderstood as maturity models, NIST clarifies that they are descriptive tools meant to inform decision-making. The tiers are used to help organizations decide which target state is most appropriate based on their risk appetite, resources, and regulatory expectations. Higher tiers reflect a greater capacity to adapt to threats and integrate cybersecurity into all business operations. The choice of tiers should be deliberate and aligned with enterprise priorities. Organizations may operate at different tiers for different systems or departments. The tier structure allows leaders to develop realistic roadmaps that account for both capability and ambition. The framework profile is a powerful customization tool within the NIST CSF. Organizations use profiles to map their current cybersecurity posture and compare it to a desired future state. The current profile outlines what controls and practices are in place, while the target profile defines what should be improved. The gap between the two profiles reveals where the organization needs to invest, mature, or redesign control. This supports prioritization of initiatives, budgeting, and cross-functional planning. Framework profiles also serve as a communication tool. They help security teams explain the status of cybersecurity efforts to leadership and stakeholders in a clear, structured format. Profiles show not only what has been done, but what remains to be done and why it matters. This approach helps shift cybersecurity from a technical conversation to a strategic dialogue. It also supports collaboration across business units by highlighting shared responsibilities and dependencies. Integrating the NIST CSF into the security strategy supports alignment with broader enterprise risk frameworks. Since the CSF emphasizes business impact and outcomes, it maps easily to standards like ISO 27001, COBIT, and the Center for Internet Security Controls. It is also flexible enough to help organizations meet regulatory expectations in areas such as privacy, data protection, and financial control. Because it is technology numeral, NIST CSF can be applied across a wide range of architectures, service models, and industries. One of the strengths of NIST CSF is that it bridges the communication gap between executives and security professionals. The framework uses plain language, broad categories, and clear functions that resonate with non-technical stakeholders. This supports better decision-making, more consistent funding, and stronger governance. NIST CSF is also useful for building or evolving a cybersecurity program. It can serve as the initial framework for new programs or as a benchmark for assessing and improving existing ones. For organizations just beginning their cybersecurity journey, NIST CSF provides a straightforward starting point. For mature organizations, it offers structure for measuring performance and identifying advanced improvement areas. Because of its modular design, NIST CSF supports incremental improvement over time. This makes it particularly effective for organizations that must demonstrate progress without large-scale transformation. For CSM candidates, understanding how to apply, adapt, and communicate the NIST CSF is essential for aligning cybersecurity with organizational strategy. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal CyberSysm Prepcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com.